Guys, if you don't understand the language, don't skip. I will explain it bit by bit as she speak, So let's get into it.
Mammy, no way I may be sweet, and near my be a Ghana for yes, so I may a me time, and young Nanka your chump, and care them rubbing pot why I say the chump. What I say, because your sauce of Sanya Manoswamas and Crawford Binum San or Mugusu ye the same mistakes. What I say, number 2 year, Bema or what on Shaniba. And yes, say what quay the end and almost same crying in mouth. Onwa wakwe die ne krampo amama kase ne mma onwa ne nsengwa ne ye ne mma but enam so ne ne yire ne girlfriend ne baby mama anya ntokwanti no we decide so on hwa akola no biem fine mate enya problem nso oba no esweti ehwe akola no benyine duru ba bia na fina amafo ya aye o papa enya hwe kra na na wo aba wiase ube unse oba no akola na ate ase na ohwe ne papa ya so ama mema bebre na omo mape na omo agya omo maamefo no na omo akọ na oba na asweti a nkolo ni nyina na omo akọ he omo papa e na amamfo guso ye because omo nim say eye den a akola no beba because me ne wo ya so omo so saa what I say mra bia ni wiasi mu a ye kire say eba wanhwe wo maame wanhwe wo papa ubeda prison but papa ena owo ba na wahwe oba na obetima dem ana mra ne obetima because na wodi ne ba wiase enti se wo ye ja wo ye nana wo ba na oto no twini ba bi na akora no onyini duru ba bi na afina be gina bontin be so na o ye me ba e se mra ne wundi by Ghana haya na yaso oh your papa e ya o maami enye hwe mumma ye ntwa saade no na enye.
She is saying that there are some things that as a Ghanaians, we have to stop these things, It's what she's saying is true, Number 2, as she was saying, like a man will pregnant you and that man will disappear, like run away. And still hoping or thinking or will say that that child that he abandoned, will come, when that child grow up, that child will come and look for him. You understand? So that's what she's saying. And she also said that those things, we have to, cancel those things. It look like now it has become part of us. It look like it's cultural thing, you understand? So she's saying that we have to stop these things. For example, if a woman get pregnant, and a man abandon her and that woman decide to not to abort it and take care of the pregnancy, giving birth, and if the child grow up, for example, herself, if her mother did not take care of her, her father did not take care of her, at the younger age, at young age, at that time, she needed them the most. They abandoned her. And you expect her, to accept, or to grow up like she have everything that she could have. She eats, do everything by herself or himself, then you expect that person, or it may be me, to look for the person who did not take care of me, She's saying that Ghanaians, we must stop. If you are not Ghanaian, you will not understand. This look like culture thing. This look like culture thing that a woman will get pregnant, the man will abandon her. Like she's saying, some of them know that the child is them, but they will run away, thinking that when the child grow up, she or he will look for him. So they will not bother. They will not bother to come and take responsibility, Then, as a lady, you struggle and suffer and bring the child up, And when the child grow up, she will say that she or he, normally men do this, or let's say boys, they do this. Women are, they think far, So it's not all Ghanaian women that their father abandoned them or their mother abandoned them. They will just, because they have money and they will go and look for them to give them money. Women think far, but a lot of, majority who look for their father is, majority are boys, or let's say, a mature man. Yeah, so that's what she was saying. She is also saying that, for example, if a man and a woman are in a relationship, the one that, I just explained is whereby they are dating and they just, the man decided not to take the responsibility of the pregnancy, and this one is the main one she is talking about you be with a woman, living with the woman, but because of you have issue with the woman, you decided to not to take care of, your children, to take care of them. You don't want to take responsibility because you have, you have argument or issue with your baby mama. But if the lady struggle, brought up those child or those kids, they will tell the children or they will tell you, the lady, that, oh, it's nothing, forget about it, because he is the father of your children, whether you like it or not. He is the father of the children. Then the lady would think that, oh, it's, it's okay, you understand? Then the lady will forget, or forgive the man. So she is saying that we should stop these things, you understand? We should stop. And I agree, you understand? He's also saying that there is no law, in this world that says that if you grow up, as a child, if you grow up and whether you have money, you understand, I am explaining this for you to understand whether you have money or not. When you grow up, you understand, and you decided not to take care of your parents, nobody would, will take, saying that you did not do something good, or the government will not come and arrest you, But if a parent did not take care of their children, there is law that a parent can be in jail, for not to take responsibility, you understand? I know that this law, this one I'm talking about, I don't know if it's in Ghana. There is no law that, it works. Majority of them does not work in Ghana. When it comes to Europe and, US and UK, those places, it works. If you did not take care of, even if you maltreat your child or something, they can come and take the child away from you. You understand? Yeah.
Number 1, oba onya adwuma na wo. What I say, me da bi am ka say obi a me mfa me sika, me ni sika me ni hwede, but first me nam krom na say oba tan bi madam pacho me nya kakra me ba no kom de na me ye masede ba say me si me nya bi ba no enya wasede ana wadwuma ne say uko relationship mu ana awabe mu na ko ba unam na wawo na be ma hwemma no enya wasede be ma di 20 cedi ba now the 10 cedi so na mo hwe ankola na eye nti me oba be me koshia na say ena me kunu on hwe me ma na mesra o mboa me feel me ni bidie, but me feel first na nam krom na obi say antim pacha me ba sori on di mesra me hia ma na me say me nye me akasa me nya yie but I say emma bebre wo ho mo hwe me wo kasa o mu ntie da unya adwuma bia wo young girl 30 years at the age of 30 years wo kitankola 4 unya adwuma bia o wono han na be hwe o ma me bisa because him say be ma adwuma say obehwemma oba de o hwe bia enye wa ho nti o kina be ma na da na wa sori a na afie wa be gina bonten na wusu Intina me said you uncram for be no mamma when yammy mobile. Because the way you couldn't need a woo you with Juma. Not or beer, or support to say mammy or I didn't my support not fine. But so I be job on tears and a miku and I mean few who couldn't tears and no Juma Ben away, who couldn't tears no near you, so couldn't tears no tunes, to sons who not home clan. What I say? Ye can say Munya Juma Montiasi, ye can say Munya Juma Montiasi. In a bay man of him, and I want time away. Into one pet better life be a man who day our rear I war me war be man of a no mamma young girls seem clanky to no more bread. Aden, because Ghana fire is a summer so better you couldn't need my young one in a confu a young one. Say Jana show, when near man ashi, we are yari for be out to war. Me come once to the crime in the bema because they are too neighbor to matter me. But I wouldn't even catch me so who could know when to know to me show woman. Oh, woman, no, if we say who couldn't why, will be never hear mamma and auntie me so. Not I know me, so warm one, will be never hear mamma. Aden, woman be proper area had no cramishian, anything of him or Miss Savio, auntie woman city, and a Ghana, and a pie messiah me by on the dear. First now, I am to say, Miss Sonny, so who can tank laugh for a bit of switchy, won't mean show more so. What I say, ye become say a trend in our pay, and our trend in our pay. Ye come munty, head Debbie Cassette, so we a young girl now commode deal, and I will call Chidimua. A young chance to be Barbara, because the Barbara in our more didn't know when I created my home. What I say, into some way, ma, I want children and yen, enough me when in a year, man until China, only drubber, be now in your liberty cocoa cry. What I say, because Ghana for your social society, Manuswa, and you couldn't hear the man, Mamma support, and you couldn't hear the man, Tama only be man, Wahono. No, Juma Ben or ye. I didn't know when you're Juma because not Junimuno. Nema, I can't and send Papa now home when you're a dresser. Until no so, be man, our warren no person can cry mom in a dresser. Or bad time, oh, shemmy. Me be so say. Wow, O clan, O Unclana, and went to a month from Cusco Papa beer. Want mamma 1 year, one share you papa beer, or moon the better life beer. A crown 25 more, all hustle coba or the shore. What is so yes, Kawai? Why a mistake? So, but from Martin or semi mistake, he wants to man the same thing. Pe better life be mount, and son I would want our real a woman. But I want to me our real animonyam, and so by one clan now monum, tramor, or mudiamon for kunochi, who caps in his hand, and yet animonyamo. And then you'll be a bit my can to make us a better life for at least Jenny Quan out Toma. Woman be a nukuno where Janoti has say, Nanny taxi driver or Tom Coco or Totoko Cotton. What Tom Coco, Yatoto Sadi, I heard by UCC Emanari or yet or Belcuna for. And it's the way you couldn't need no Bejana Hanawi or Batana Bejana so couldn't help Mantunia and Wamin few. Would you were near to be my son? One dream you say, and I say, China be man than one sorry, I'll find a behind Colano. So Jay say be man than one sorry when I'll be home clan cow be pebby be dear mountain as or ba cow be pen so be at home be pigeon be at home. What I say? Yes, so some and I at times to say, maybe breed your money to be my son. What I say? Your biggest mistake, no. Your mistakes are in to be a man of Jano, no, then a chiman and pen and brabbing and miserable nature say, oh, when you're on your sign, expect to say, be my bimban a brab no hair on any ma. On saints, you be being cassette. Uncle me near be my dear mammy and Abaco be my dear mammy, I want me. Mimmy, my near your man, man, my money, copim seminian, or be papa, or Becca Sabin and Betsna. Now, or Sanko share be my binal supporting a caca, now San woman, and now no so Jano. Now you'll be jump on this, and me man or papa and fino. Hustle na helm. Mrabi and Ghana ha, or Eba, one penny mammy, one penny papa. Ye bet you know to buy a ja, and na one hell bar, running with muddy. Into more basa to say, Cocona, more chance will be never home, maybe so, mammy. But I ben I won't tell was Uncolano. And Tina Ghana ha, you to know a here and put chain, you can't say, or here for no more Ghana high, those chances for. Because a dear. Our rear, a war, a dear, our rear war, and not na ye chire. And no na mammy for being much, and na papa for being much. What a temp, one temp, do home. Now, Crano Mebre, a bimunia hookup, a bimunia tramo. Let's leave it there.
She is also saying that as a Ghanaian, or let me say, she's saying as a Ghanaian, but let me say as a worldwide, as a lady, if you don't have money, don't give birth. You understand? Because she's saying that first, when she go to town, like when he went out, when she go out and see people who have baby at their back, or they will come to her and ask her, oh aunt, can you give me something to, something small to buy something for my child? And first, she used to do that, but now she has stopped. Because as a woman, it's not your duty, it's not your duty to go in a relationship or a marriage to open your legs to just give birth, to think that the man is supposed to take care of those kids for you. It's not your duty. It's not your responsibility to just go in a relationship and just give birth and expecting that the man should take care of you. If a man brings 20, you're supposed to add 10 to it so that you can take care of that child or those children. You understand? So it's not your duty to go in a relationship and start having kids, thinking that the man. I think this is, let me say that is basically African thing. I'm African, of course. We're from West Africa, as she was saying. I'm from Ghana, typically Ghanaian. I'm proud to be a Ghanaian. So we do this. We do this a lot. You understand? Like, you're thinking that to have a child is to get married, a man supposed to take care of you, like something like that. That one is something like it's part of our culture. A man supposed to be the man of the house. You're supposed to bring to the table for the woman to use, But she's saying this because I think now we are in AI community or society that nowadays men are asking for 50-50 issue, you understand? So I don't think there's nothing wrong, but me, I cannot go 50-50 with anyone. Of course, as she was saying, I've already said it to some of my previous video, like, if you have some, you can support. But it's not your duty, again, to sit down to discuss 50-50 issue with a man. No way. You get married, you be in whatever it is. You lose everything. Even if you want to further your education, it will take some years. For example, if you are pregnant, it will take some years before you stand yourself again. So you lose a lot of years. You lose a lot of your younger age before you stand up again. But that man can do anything that he wants. You understand? So you first, if you get married, your last name, you prefer to leave it there or add your husband's name to it. Your kids will take his name, not your name. Your body changes. It's not how I look. I've already said it in some of my video. When I was not I have not given birth, I was not looking like this. You understand? I was not looking like this. But I have given birth, everything has changed. And a lot of us, when we change, we don't go back to our usual self. Some people gain weight, some people lose weight, some people become something else. It's not like they don't dress up, they cannot dress up. Just that their body that has changed, it can never go back. No matter how people claim to be on social media saying that even if you give birth, even if you're blessed, you can do it some way, or to make it to look like to make it to look like you are still young. It will never. This thing that God creates, as soon as you give birth and the baby suck it, whether the baby suck it or you remove the milk from inside, it will not be the same. it will not be the same, and your body also change. I was having flat tummy. By now, when I drink water, my stomach, it looked like when I was 6 months pregnant. I'm telling you, I was getting to 3 months before I told my mother that I'm pregnant. At that time, my mother did not know, but I was pregnant. My stomach did not come early. I'll have a flat stomach. But look at me. If I drink water right now, you will not see my stomach. My stomach will become like 6 months pregnant a girl or a lady. You understand? So that's what I'm saying. You have to think twice. This is not about if you have, you can support. You can support. It's not necessarily mean that a man should sit down and discuss 50-50 issue with you. And if you want to have only one child or two children, you have to decide. Don't let your mother or your uncle or whatever tell you that, oh, if you give birth to one and that one died, what will you do? That's what they do in West Africa, let me say Ghana. They will tell you, if you give birth only one and that child dies, what will you do? So you have to give birth to or 3 or 4. They suggest it for you, but it's only you who is going to take care of those children. You understand? I used to want to have many children. I still like it, but I realized that having more children is not the issue. How you will take care of them is the issue, you know. So bringing a child to this world, 6 children, 3, 5 children, and you cannot take care of them, it will be useless. You face the punishment. It's even in the Bible. If you give birth and you cannot take care of them, it's even a punishment for you. You know. So that's what I can say for now. Don't go down with 50-50 with anyone. Just if you have, you can support. And don't just take anyone advice that, oh, give birth to 3 or 4. You decide for yourself if it's 1, 2, 2. You understand? Because giving birth nowadays is not like Coco and Kose. You understand? Yeah. Saying that some women, you know, they don't work. They don't have work that they do. But they will decide to just to give birth because that's what their mother have taught them, that, oh, it's a man's duty to take care of the children and all of that. Instead of the woman to sit down and call all her children, you know, especially the female, and tell them that if you don't have work, don't give birth, you know, have conversation with them, you know, the mistake that I did, don't do the same mistake, you know. No, they will not do that. They will choose to tell them that it's a man's responsibility to take care of children, you know. As you were saying, there is a lady, you know, closer to them that anytime she will go out, this lady will ask for money, and the money, she will not ask for small money. She will ask 50 cedis, 100 cedis that her children have not eaten or something like that. You know, give me 50 cedis and 100 cedis to do, you know, to do something for my kids. They have not, you know. She said first you used to give them, the woman, but she has stopped, you know, because you don't have work that you are doing. You cannot support your children, but you have 4 children and you have little one at your back, you know, and you are still going around, you know, asking people to help you, and you are still giving birth. Like, hello. Thanks for watching. I hope you understand what I explained. You understand. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to join the family. I will see you in the next one. Bye.